What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we are doing part 2 of the Inside the Score series, where we're going to be taking a look at my original song, Empty Holes. If you haven't checked out part 1 yet, where we took a look at the music theory behind the song, definitely check that out first. You can find the links in the description box below. And just check that out to see the background behind the song, kind of the vision behind it, and everything like that. And if you haven't listened to the song at all, then I definitely recommend you do that as well first if you're interested in seeing how the process goes behind for me when it comes to this type of music. But in this part, we're taking a look at the lyrics, and the lyrics were always something that I kind of struggled with, something that I was never proud of. But this is really like the first song I've written that I really feel like the lyrics can stand on their own and be applicable to a wider audience, especially during these times, which I drew a lot of inspiration from. So let's just go over the general message. And if you watch a lyric video, the vibe that I try to marry with the music is this tone of hope, this tone of like looking forward to seeing something that's going to be, the good things that are ahead. We might be struggling at the moment, but eventually we'll get there together. And when that moment comes, it's going to be amazing. So that's kind of the vibe I was going for. And I just really spent some time away from the music after I wrote out the initial idea, came up with a harmony, came up with, the chord progressions and a basic melody in my mind. Then I started working on the lyrics. And before, I would always write the music completely out on its own. I'd have a dead set melody, and I would try to fit words into the melody. And sometimes it sounded unnatural and forced, and the message would never really make sense because I always prided myself on writing, nice chord progressions, but I never really thought about the lyrics very much. And so I kind of took a different approach this time. And so, the overall message of, hoping for something better, and also, I guess being alone is a topic that I feel like many people, especially during this time, are going through. And if you look in the first verse, I tried to be quite specific here, and I said it's all too easy to curl up in bed, right? Everyone has a bedroom, everyone has a bed. It's so easy to just feel sorry for yourself and be like, okay, this is never going to end. I can't do this, right? Hide from it all, let the tears flow. Instead, I wanted to go for, a rhyme that was relatively basic here. It's more approachable that way. And if you don't rhyme stuff that's like totally out of the way, then generally it'll be better received, I think. And then I said, separated from those you would rather see, right? So this is a second idea. This is the first idea. It's all too easy to curl up in bed, by yourself. You can imagine that. And hide from everything, let the tears flow, right? You're feeling sorry for yourself, or, whatever. And then separated from those you'd rather see. Like, that's talking about the current situation, COVID, right? We're all in the pandemic. We're separated from each other. The months ahead, looking into the future, is where we'd rather be, right? And so that's kind of the message there. And so I have an AABB rhyme scheme going on right there. Then the pre-chorus, I wanted to start with the hopeful message, because the chorus is all about having hope, right? So the pre-chorus kind of hints at that, what's going to come ahead. So I said, but it all looks brighter when you look a little farther, right? And here I did a little rhyme with the ERs at the end. So I have some internal rhyming going on here within the line, right? But it all looks brighter when you look a little farther, hoping for a better day. And so this is like an AA, and then here you can consider this the B, which is going to rhyme over here with the B as well down here. Then I said, shouldn't keep to yourself where no one can help, because if you keep to yourself and you don't share your grievances or how you're feeling with anyone else, then no one is going to know how you're feeling. So shouldn't keep to yourself where no one can help to chase the demons away. Sometimes we feel like the emotions inside are tormenting us, and I just use the word demons as really like we see them as demons. We want to push them aside and be positive and look forward, right? So at the same time, I wanted to rhyme away and day, so there's a bit of unity there, right? And again, this internal rhyme of yourself and help. So the vowel L, or E and L, that's there, but the ending consonant is slightly different, F and P. Cool. All right, then we have the first chorus. So this is going to be repeated like 3 times, chorus 1, chorus 2, chorus 3. But I hope the empty holes within your heart are filled with the light of 100 smiles. So here I decided to go with an A, B, A, B rhyme scheme here. So I hope the empty holes within your heart are filled with the light of 100 smiles. I think if I went with AABB, it would be slightly more, it would feel a little more calculated, a little more rhythmical, a little more predictable. So I wanted to try this out instead. I hope the empty holes within your heart are filled with the light of 100 smiles. You know that saying, like, your smile brightens up the room, right? That's kind of the vision I'm going for here. And then when we modulate into the E flat major, it soars a little more. I said it won't be long until we're not apart, when we're together, right? Even if we've got to wait a while. And so this while rhymes with smiles, even though it's a plural, and then heart and apart rhymes there as well. And this, like, going through the lyrics and actually writing all of these out probably took me a couple of days. I came up with the first draft of the lyrics one day, and then I just revisited it again. Ended up changing, about half of the lyrics to make them fit better. And I think that's the thing about lyrics. Like, you need time to let them marinate a little bit and just see how they fit within the song, come back with a fresh mind and just start again, Then verse 2, it's kind of describing what's like the current situation, whether that's in the United States or just in general. People with opposing sides of view, they just spew these hateful messages towards each other. And so that I really wanted to share that. So many people spreading messages of hate, but I think deep down in their heart, love awaits, or else they're just hateful people in general. But everyone has a little bit of love inside of them, and I truly believe that. So I wanted to rhyme hate and awaits there. And then I said, it's not worth the pain that I know you feel. When it's easy to reach out, look up and break out, like, of your sadness, of your depression, if whether you're going through that or not, and slowly heal. So feel and heal, that's a rhyme there as well. And then hate and awaits as well, right? And then here I just wrote down triplets because the melody, I'm kind of going a little stronger there. So the lyrical content, I wanted to reflect that. So easy to reach out, look up and break out and slowly heal. You know what I mean? So I wanted to increase the tempo of that a little bit and really push that forward and let the instrumentation rise with it. And so here in the second pre-chorus, I said, it all looks brighter again. And here, notice I started with cause instead of but. So cause is like the reason why it's easier to reach out and slowly heal and look up is because it looks brighter when you look a little farther. Whereas before, I'm kind of like telling the other person, it's okay, it will all be better. It's like you like if I'm talking to you and you are sad, if you're in that mental headspace of just being really sad, then I can say, but it'll all be brighter on the other side. Here, on the other hand, I'm already saying it's going to be better. So I'm going to say it's going to be better because it's going to be brighter when you look a little farther. So, it's hard to explain totally, but you see what I mean. Like, this part's a little more affirmed, whereas here I'm trying to convince the other person that it's going to be okay. So I said, and then in the second line, I said praying for a better day instead of hoping. So praying is a slightly stronger word than hoping, right? And that's the vibe I was going for there. Day and away is going to rhyme, shouldn't keep to yourself when no one can help. I think these two lines I kept exactly the same. Chorus 2, same words. And then the bridge, it's like, the chorus 2 and the chorus 3 are all hopeful messages. So the bridge is kind of addressing their pushback. It's like, but I can't. It's like, how do you know what I'm feeling, right? So I'm like, I know it's not what you've been looking for. Like, I understand. You're all alone with no one else to share. No one wants that, right? Deep down inside your blistered heart, you know that someone cares. So all you need to do is reach out to that person. Don't sit inside and wallow in your own emotions, negative emotions, right? You want to reach out to someone else, whether that's your friend or parent, a loved one, God, whoever. If you're a Christian like I am, if I'm feeling a certain type of way, I will communicate to God and ask him to guide me and in whatever way that is best and glorifies him. So that's the purpose of this bridge here, is kind of to address that feeling of, well, how do you know what I'm feeling? Like, I don't, you're not me, right? I'm feeling a certain way, so I'm trying to address them by making them feel better. I'm trying to reassure them in the bridge here. And it's more passionate this way, I think. Dynamically, after blistered heart, this that someone cares is almost like me whispering to that other person, that someone cares, right? So that dynamic contrast brings everything back down, brings us back to about a piano, mezzo piano type of dynamic. And then at the very end, it's that same type of thing. So same lyrics here. I hope the empty holes within your heart are filled with the light of 100 smiles. It won't be long until we're not apart, even if we've got to wait a while. And then I added an extra line here. Can't wait to see you smile. I want to be positive here. I want to show that, I'm really looking forward to the moment when we meet again. But until then, I'll wait a while. And that's kind of like, if you imagine a film, it's kind of zooming out of the shot. Until then, I'll wait a while. And then it like zooms out of the house, the girl sitting on her bed, and it has that nice ending, I think, with the music there. So that's the idea of the lyrics. Yeah, I'm personally pretty happy with how these turned out. And it's funny, like I was sharing them with a friend of mine. She's a vocal coach, and she gave me some tips for the song, but I showed her the lyrics after, the second pass when I did the revisions, and she's like, don't change anything. Like they're good the way they are. And I was like, okay. I was probably going to change a few more things, but she said not to. So, so this is the final result that you're seeing. And I personally hope that you resonate with at least some of it. And a lesson I learned the hard way is like, you have to write about things that you personally have experience with. If you write about stuff that you don't, then it's going to come across as inauthentic or unauthentic, and people are going to know that. So based on the comments that I've seen on the lyric video, so many of you were saying like, oh, this is relevant to our time. Like we need more classical or, music that addresses these issues. That gives me a lot of confidence, and I'm just, very, very thankful and happy that you enjoyed it. So thank you so much. And I really do mean that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm just thinking about like, this is the beginning of 2021, and there's so much for us to do, so much for us to explore. And one of my New Year's resolutions is to write more music this year. The goal is to write a full album, 10 songs, and release it all on YouTube later this year by my birthday, August 29th. If I can do that, I would love that. But when that time comes, August 29th, and I don't have any songs released, please give me a kick in the pants and tell me, you said in January you were going to release an album. So I made that resolution like years ago, and that never came to fruition. But I'm definitely determined to do that this year. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in writing Disney music, I want to point you to my Disney music writing guide. And it's absolutely free, but it's the first link in the description box below. It'll take you through my personal process of how I like to take Disney devices and actually work them into a song that sounds beautiful and emotional. And we'll take a couple of really famous examples from Disney and Nintendo that kind of in a similar style, and kind of break down the individual sections and the devices that they're going through. So you can use that as a guide for when you're writing your next type of Disney song. If you want to write music that's a little bit more interesting, moving past just diatonic chords, I think that's definitely going to be helpful for you. So just click the link down below and it'll take you straight there. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next part where we'll talk about the arrangement and the orchestration. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll catch you then. Bye-bye.